Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And
Hello.
welcome. Yeah, welcome to our committee meeting today, being the May 11th, 2021. Just before we proceed, we would like to thank everyone for, especially those of you that have been making efforts to participate in our committee meetings for the past months and weeks. We really appreciate your joining us and your contribution. The other thing that I would like to add is, please, as much as possible, if you are community 2 board member, even though you are not a voting member of this committee, I want you to know that you are a board member, and therefore your participation should help to facilitate the process. We always want to hear from our presenters and address the issues that we need to address with them. We do not encourage committee members or board members to be advocates for anybody coming before the committee to seek a license. So as much as possible, please, let's maintain some decorum and respect for each other, and most especially the committee members. Thank you. Mr. Raff, I'm finding it difficult to read
Sure.
the minutes.
So I just
Sorry,
want to
the
let you
agenda.
know that we have, I think, 2 presenters on, but we're also joined by the commanding officer of the 41st precinct. I know that's his name.
That's Guglielmo.
Oh, that's Sergeant Guglielmo. Good
Yeah, he
evening,
has his
sir.
hat
Thank
on.
you for joining us, Sergeant. So, Pastor John, do you want me to just go down the agenda?
Yes.
So item number 1 is to review the application for Don Chili located at 8017 Boulevard. They're applying for a full liquor license, full license, beer, wine, and cider, and alcohol. I guess they will have recorded music. I just also want to acknowledge that this is the location across the street from the precinct. So I don't know if anyone is here representing 8017 Boulevard.
No, there's no one here from there. Yeah, we have 2 presenters. One is from 1231 and the other one is from 788.
Okay, so we can move on. Then if they eventually come, we will come back to them.
Great. Item number 2 is to review a new application for La Patrona Mexicana Catina Corp. located at 5587 Boulevard. They're applying for a full license. They'll have recorded music. Their establishment will have a full food menu. There is no outdoor permit for this location. And it's a transfer application for the existing business that's currently there. So, Mr. Chair, just for a point of reference, these items 1 and 2 were previously discussed last month, and they were to follow back up with us this month. So, last month it was there was an individual from 558, but it was not the principal owner, and we requested the principal owner to come back now. And I don't think there's anyone here from that establishment. Hello? Nope, I don't.
Yeah, no, there's no one here from there.
Okay. Mr. Chair.
Okay, so we can move on.
So item number 3 is a letter of no objection to the New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission for a TLC, a loan car service, which is a non-emergency medical transportation taxi-based transporting medical patients, not limited to dialysis, COVID testing, and vaccinations. They're looking to be located inside the banknote building, 1341 Lafayette Avenue. Do we have a representative of theirs here?
Yes, Catherine Reyes is here.
Ms.
And
Reyes?
the address is 1231.
1231, I'm sorry, 1231.
Thank you.
1331 is the next building up the block. That's why. So 1231
Yes.
Lafayette is the banknote building, Pastor John.
Mhm.
Okay, so where is the current location, please? The current location?
1231 Lafayette.
12. Okay. Okay,
I have some
so
questions. I have questions, Mr. Chair, if I may.
yes, I wanted to ask if you have if there's any report from the office or any report from the police precinct regarding this company. Do we have anything?
No, we didn't even know they were there. They're so low key. So
Ms. Reyes, have you been in
Yes.
this building already, or you're looking to move into the building?
I'm there, but the TLC hasn't given me the license, so I'm just there. Like I'm
How long
renting a
have you been in
place,
the
and
building?
about 3 months, basically.
Okay.
But right now I'm not doing anything. I'm just renting a place there.
Okay. So what is it exactly? What kind of service is this? If I need to just figure this out. Non-emergency medical transportation.
Yes.
So it's just a taxi base is what you're looking to do here?
It's prearranged transportation to and from medical places like doctor's office, urgent cares, dialysis center. Now with the COVID-19, taking people to and from the hotels, and also vaccine and testing.
Okay. So when you say prearrange, what do you mean by prearrange? How is this set up?
They make the appointment with whoever they need to make the appointment, and then the insurance company will contact us and assign that trip to us.
Okay.
So we know at least 24 hours ahead who we're gonna take and where.
Okay. And how many cars are you looking to have operate here?
Right now we only have 2. Of course, we're trying to
Okay.
increase that number, but right now we only have 2.
What do you mean by increase? Like up to what? What do you think would be your max?
God only knows. Sky is the limit.
That's okay. So then where are you looking to have these cars during the day?
During the day, they're gonna be traveling.
Okay. So my question is, in this address at 1231 Lafayette Avenue, how many cars are you expecting to have there on a daily basis?
On the daily basis, 1.
Why only one?
Because I'm just gonna be there.
Yeah, but if your business increase, are you planning to have vehicles go to that location, to that address?
No,
Why
no,
not?
because since everything is gonna be prearranged and we're gonna be increasing the number of cars as needed.
Okay.
So
What would be a reason for a car to go there to 1231 Lafayette? What would be a reason why they need to go there then?
maybe to sign a paperwork, like minor stuff like that.
My reasoning for these line of questioning is we want to prevent as cars, we want to prevent traffic coming into the neighborhood unnecessarily. So
Yes, no.
base, right? And when you're saying the sky is the limit, we don't want an additional 40 or 50 cars coming in our district if we have a say in that matter.
Of
We are
course.
already overpopulated with vehicles. We have a lot of issues right now with construction, which is causing major traffic.
Yes,
And
that is
I
true.
don't know if that location could handle the volume, more vehicles, because there's already 90-degree parking in front,
Mm-hmm.
and there's only one lane, and it's one of the arteries now of getting back and forth inside of the peninsula due to the construction that's happening. So
Yes.
we can always keep that number very low, that's what we're looking to target, because we don't need an of influx of new vehicles in that part of the district. And I understand you're starting, and you only have 2 cars now, but that's something that you need to be very mindful of, because we don't want your cars just hovering around and being stationary in our district if they don't need to. They could be
Of
exactly
course.
how you was describing it. They can, if everything is prearranged, there'd be no reason for them to come here.
Yes,
Correct?
that would be no reason. So I don't that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Well,
Cars coming in there, that shouldn't be a problem.
okay. Well, Mr. Chair, that was my question,
Yes.
and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Reyes, I believe you understand that if it ever becomes a problem, then when you come back before the board,
Yes,
maybe 2 years from now, that's
yes,
going to be an issue.
yes, I understand
So,
that.
okay, so whatever the committee will agree upon, and which will then go before the general board, will be based upon your commitments to the stipulations.
Yes,
So you need to think through before you accept the conditions that are being, or the stipulations that are being given to you now, because
yes,
it can potentially become a problem in future.
I understand, but one of the reasons there shouldn't be a problem that I'm not gonna be owning all those cars. I'm gonna be subcontracting drivers, and they own their own cars, but they have no need to go to the base.
Okay, and also we have the HRA in the same building.
I'm sorry.
We have HRA in the same building. Am I right?
Um,
HRA.
Yes, HRA is located
Then
in there. A few
we have
offices in the Bankman
we have
building.
the congressman in the same building as well.
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, so as much as possible, we want that area to remain as business as possible,
Yes,
because it's a very sensitive spot for the community.
I understand that.
Okay.
Acevedo,
Yes, Barbara.
why is this on our committee? This is the franchise committee.
Franchise Licensing and Permits Committee,
Oh,
FLP.
all
So,
right.
yeah, so any franchise that's looking to come into the district, anyone looking to get a license or a permit, this is what it comes to.
Okay, I understand. Well, I'm listening to what the lady says, but in the past we have had several problems. We had it over on Intervale when they said they were not going to be, there, and still we found out people were really parking, holding it up. So how do we get guarantee that that's not going to happen?
Barbara, we have a great relationship with the landlord there. So that's something I'm sure the landlord would be observant to, and we can certainly follow up directly with the landlord if there are any issues.
Okay.
So, Ms. Reyes, how long has your business been in operation?
Not long. I opened the business last year. I opened the company itself last year, but we're just getting approvals and contracts now.
So you said you was there for 3 months. You've been there for 3 months,
Yes,
right?
but it's just because I need a place for everything to come in. I need an address.
Okay.
So, Ms.
Where were you?
Reyes, do you live in the district?
No,
So
Where,
I know it's a young company, but I believe that you'll be hiring in future.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying that I know it's a young company, but we know that you'll be hiring in future.
Yes.
Okay. Do you intend to hire people from the district?
Yes.
Yes, Barbara, you had a question.
Yes. Well, I'm just gonna follow up on what you're saying. You're saying you're gonna hire people from the district, right?
Yes. From the
Can
Bronx,
you,
yes.
okay, can you
We
notify
didn't
Mr.
say from the Bronx. We said
um,
from the district.
From the district. I'm sorry. My apologies.
okay, can you notify us when you start doing those hiring? Because we would like to, suggest sometime we know of people in the district that needs employment so we can send them to you.
Oh, yes, definitely. That would be a great help.
Okay. So, Mr. Acevedo, you heard that?
The best thing for her is to go to Workforce One. That way they already have listings and people in our district that they deal with that need work.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is the other one, Ralph?
The Project Code.
Project Code.
Yes,
Project
Barbara,
Code.
to answer your question, I did hear it, Barbara.
Yeah.
Budget code, you said?
Project Code,
Project Code.
HOPE.
And the
And if you
workforce.
like, I know that you've been in communications with Cynthia already. We can have Cynthia follow back up with that and provide you those links.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so can we have a motion to, can somebody move a motion for the, to send a letter of no objection to New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission?
Well, it's just you and Barbara.
Okay. No more questions? That's it?
Can,
Okay. I motion it to send a letter, considering everything that she says she's going to do. That motion.
You second it, Reverend John?
yes, I second it with the stipulation that she has promised that there will be no nuisance, and then she will work with the district board, workforce, and Project Hope to hire people for our company
For my
as the need
committee.
arises
All right.
from the community as the need arises. Yes.
Okay. So since it's only both of you, it passes unanimously. So Ms. Reyes, you got to come back to the full board on the 26th. And Cynthia will provide you the information because it has to get passed at the full board on the 26th.
May 26th?
Yes, Wednesday.
At
Wednesday,
any
26th,
time?
6 p.m. 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Stay safe.
you.
You're more than welcome to stay if you like for the rest of the agenda.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, should I move on?
Yes, please.
So item number 4 is a discussion with Pedro Ruiz regarding 788 7 Boulevard and the future of this address. I think Mr. Pedro Ruiz is present with us.
Hello, I'm here.
Thank you, Mr.
Hello.
Ruiz. Welcome. Mr. Chair, I don't know if you want to start,
Yes.
or, we'll just let Mr. Ruiz make an introduction and what it is he's looking to do.
Yes, because we don't know why he's here. So
All right. Sorry. So yeah, I'm coming before you because I found a spot on 788 Southern Boulevard that I'm looking to lease. Now I wanted to apply for a full liquor license in that location. So I wanted to make sure before I signed the lease if one, it would be possible. One, because I already have one liquor license, and two, I remember last time I came before the board when I applied for my first one, I heard that they were possibly looking to maybe restrict the amount of licenses that were available. So I just want to make sure that if I did sign the lease, I would be able to apply for a liquor license.
788 Southern Boulevard.
That's right by it.
Right next to Valle, where the Serrano's
Where
office.
Where Congressman Serrano's office used to be.
So
Is it
right where the clinic is?
Is it a clinic now? I think it is.
Yeah. So you have the grocery store. Oh, you have the phone place, the grocery store, Avaya, and then you have the congressman place that used to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And where do you have your other liquor license?
My other
Huh?
location, the other license is on at 561 Southern Boulevard.
Mm.
That's our district too, bro.
Yeah,
Very
Sergeant Guillermo, you should know that location, correct?
Yeah, I'm a little confused because 788, I mean maybe I'm mistaken. I'm mistakenly remembering because I'm trying to do this from memory. But 788, isn't it a church and a clinic? Am I misremembering?
Yeah, it's right next to. It's adjacent to El Valle. Is exactly what you're describing.
Yeah,
It's a
I remember
liquor
it's a
store.
is it a Pentecostal church, sir?
No, this let's see. Oh, yeah. So it would be like right. I believe it would be next to it because I'm looking at.
So
I
are
think
you
it's the
renting
whole
out the
thing.
medical part?
No, I believe I'm renting the whole area.
Okay,
Wow.
so that's what I'm confused about. So is the Pentecostal church, has that moved? I remember it was Pastor Bazan, I think, if I remember correctly. Ralph, you would know better than me. Do you remember him?
No, that was Renee. Renee was there. Renee Goulet. That I remember them. But I think they did move. I think
They
because
moved. All
yeah.
right, so the church isn't there anymore?
Yeah, it's like the forensic.
Yeah. I don't think they're there.
Okay,
His
so
name is
the church is gone.
Pastor Renee. Truth and Grace Community Church. I think used to
Maybe,
be,
yeah, maybe that's what it was.
and they moved. They definitely moved.
They definitely moved. So,
And
sorry,
they
are
moved
you
up to
renting
7
the?
Boulevard. They're at 1328 7 Boulevard now, but they
Gotcha.
used to be located there.
Okay. And so, sir, you're renting out the entire space?
Yes, I'm
It's
looking to rent the whole space.
vacant.
What's the capacity there?
Let me see. I'm not sure. I only looked for the square footage. It was 3,500. I believe though it should be around like 200 people if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. What are you planning on putting there? Is it going to be a restaurant? Is it going to be a
Yeah,
bar? Is it
so
going to be a
yes, I'm
club?
planning to put like a restaurant bar type of situation. You
So
know,
you're going to have a
we'll stay open late, on occasions, but it'd be like a restaurant bar type of thing.
so you're going to
First,
put in a full kitchen?
Yes.
first of all, that's right next to Valle. There's no parking there. Absolutely.
Full kitchen.
No
Mr.
parking
So
there.
Luis, I'm seeing now your Casa Zola Corp. Is that who you are?
Yes, correct.
Casa Zola Corp. And that would be the name if you're looking to apply for this one here.
No, it'd be a different. It'd be a different. It'd be a different name.
It'll be a second license in our district, and you're gonna have it under a different trade name.
Yes, correct.
So, Sergeant, you know this location, 561 Southern Boulevard? It looks like there's a couple of places there.
wait a minute, 560 Southern Boulevard. That's the other place, sir?
561.
Oh,
561, he said.
561
And
Southern.
I clearly want Barbara's sentiment.
Let me take a
We
look. Hold
have a
on.
restaurant there already. We have a liquor store across the street already, and we have a lot of issues with parking there,
In
with
a
their
six
delivery
spot.
drivers and so forth like that. What would be your menu here?
So I don't know if any of maybe the officer has gone by a couple of times, but I'm already changing that location from like being a full restaurant, like it's still a full restaurant, but my current location is going more into like a bakery type of situation. So it's gonna change. So that's why I'm gonna take whatever I have in this location and move it to the new one to be Mexican food, regular Mexican food, tacos, burritos, full dishes, carne asada, things of that nature. And then the other one I'd be leaving as a bakery and a smaller restaurant.
So 561 Southern Boulevard. You are Noches de Palenque. Is that the place?
Yes, correct.
Okay, my man. I was there on Friday night. Do you know why I was at your location Friday night?
Friday night, I believe they were open a little bit past their time.
A little bit. What time is closing time?
Well, I believe it's 12.
Right, midnight. So it was midnight, 30 hours when I responded. and you guys were still open and you were still serving alcohol in the location. And you
Yeah,
also
so
had
mhm.
also had an unlicensed security guard working the front door who I summarily issued a summons to.
Yeah, so I spoke with my manager that day, and I had already specified that I didn't want them, closing that late. So
Well,
they we
it's not about you wanting them closing that late, sir. It's the law. I mean,
no, of course, but I mean,
we
like,
haven't
sometimes.
so the dates are the 17th and the 31st. So outdoor dining is going to be extended on May 17th as per the governor's orders, and then indoor dining the restrictions will be lifted on May 31st. So I had received a call about a complaint on that location, that you guys were still open and serving, and then when I went there, that's what I found. I found that you guys were still open. They were still serving alcohol. There were still people in there, and you had an unlicensed security guard that was working the front door.
Yeah, so like I said, I spoke with my managers. I told them that they have to abide by the law. Obviously sometimes people kind of try to stretch it a little bit, but definitely right now I'm making sure that they're closing exactly at 12 on the dot. I'm
That
sorry about that
license,
issue.
yeah,
Yes,
that license expires in November, FYI, as a point of reference to the
yes.
committee so that they know that at 561. He's coming for a renewal in November back to you guys regarding that location. So already there's, police activity over there. So, and this is relatively close proximity to your current restaurant. You have two different restaurants in our board, and it looks like in the first one already there seems to be some police activity. Um, so I just want to make sure that the chair and Barbara were aware of that.
Okay, so I mean, there are some major. We're not telling you not to lease the building. We're not telling you not to apply for a license, but we just want you to understand that right now we have some issues, especially with the location. There's a restaurant there already. We have problems with traffic. There's no parking, and
Okay.
and if you want to put maybe a bar and a restaurant and possibly maybe with the capability to host events, it's going to further deteriorate the situation right now. So coupled with the fact that it's going to take you some time to regain the confidence and the trust that you already have, of the issues that have been created at your current location, because if some summons were issued, you have to resolve those summons, and then you have to show evidence of good faith at the old location. So we are not telling you not to sign a lease, but we want you to know that when you come back, if you come back with an application for this new location, we're going to put all those things into consideration before we make a decision.
Okay.
And I
John,
would,
if I can, Reverend John, just 1 second. If you
yes,
can reach out to me offline, sir, also, because I would like to do a walkthrough with you at the location. Here's my concern. The Reverend knows me very well, and Ralph Acevedo knows me very well. I'm not looking to hinder anybody from making money in the neighborhood. The only fear that I have with that location, that's a very big spot. And I think the capacity is more than that, 3,500 square feet. You don't even know what the seating capacity. I would venture to guess it's probably in the threes. 300 is a lot of people. So we're just worried about this not being more of a restaurant and being more of a nightclub. I don't want to deal with another, for those of you who live on the border, the 42nd precinct has the Tropicana Club, which is a humongous problem for them as far as crime. And that's the only thing. It's, that these kind of locations where you start opening up a nightclub, that's where I get worried, and that's a very big location, sir, for a restaurant. So restaurant bar, I already start getting a little nervous. So if you want to offline, you can get my information from Cynthia Baez. But I would love to meet up with you and just do a walkthrough, just to get an idea of what you plan on doing for the business. Because we really don't need a club per se in this precinct. That's my only, Reverend, that's my only apprehension. When I hear a number that large, 200 to 300 people, that's a little bigger than a restaurant.
All right, yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, we could talk offline, and I could walk you through my plan and everything. That way, the more we can work together, and the less issues we have, it's better for everybody. I understand that. And like I said, I know what happened on Friday. Right now, like I said, I'm making sure. I kind of lost some focus trying to. I'm up early in the morning with the bakery, so I kind of rely on other people to try and manage the later shifts. But definitely, I'm all over it right now.
So what are you doing to address the issue of unlicensed security guard?
Sorry?
What are you doing to address the problem of unlicensed security person working there?
Oh, no, I already told them that because there's no need really for security that late. But if I did need somebody, I told them that once, we could open, all restrictions are lifted, I'm definitely going to hire, a licensed security guard for that. If I decide to stay open later,
No, you
to
need
make
a
sure I have no
licensed
problem.
security guard. Is not, very similar to what the sergeant mentioned. It's not what you want. That's what the law requires. You have a full liquor license. You need to have a licensed security guard there while you're open.
Okay, yeah, no, of course. That's what I mean. Like, if I'm open to only until like 11 p.m., I'm sure I don't need a security guard until then. I'm saying in the event I decide to stay open later, I understand that I would have to, have a licensed security guard.
I think what the district manager is saying is it doesn't matter what time you decide to close, because you have a full liquor license. It is mandatory that you must have a licensed security guard there. Am I right, Mr. District Manager?
Yes, Mr. Chair, exactly right.
So you have to send in the contract with the security
Okay.
firm that you're hiring.
All
We
right,
have
no
to say
problem.
that, and then you have to understand that going forward, there has to be a licensed security guard whenever your business is open. The sergeant can come in there, any police officer can come in there, and if they come in there and they find that you still do not maintain a licensed security guard, they could issue violations and they can get their business shut down.
Okay, so I just have one question, just so I'm clear on this. So I'm open from 7 in the morning. So I should have a security guard from 7 in the morning until I close, whatever time I decide to close.
No, it's clearly, during the evening hours where the activity of the nightlife starts to pick up.
Yeah, that's just like, I want to
Obviously,
make sure because
you
I
have the
don't want to
person that
have
you have there now. Is he there from 7 in the morning?
the security guard?
Yeah, he's
No,
not
no,
there from
no,
7 in the
no,
morning,
no,
right?
no, of course not.
And as the sergeant mentioned earlier, there is a curfew period. There are, some things are being lifted, and hopefully in the summer we can get back to some form of normalcy. However, in the interim, there is a certain time you need to be closed by, and you still need to adhere to the state liquor authorities' policies regarding a full liquor license and having security during the evening hours.
Okay. All right, yeah, sure. So just like I said, just to clarify, what time would it be proper for me to start having a licensed security? Because I don't want to, like I'm telling you, I work at another spot and I know they're open until 11, but they don't have a security guard. So I just want to know, I want to be like within time. I want maybe the officer to come by at 7 p.m. and then, I don't have somebody and then, I'm getting summons for it.
But what's the best time? The time that you get most crowd. You can
But
tell us that when it's time that you get most people in there.
what time do
We'll
we
look
have
at
our
also
stipulations?
I know that you had to come 2 years ago to us. We're gonna look at the stipulations then. It's probably written in the
Okay.
stipulations.
I believe
So
so.
I would look, but we can follow up with that.
All right, no problem. Yeah, like I said, I just want to be clear because I don't want to have, any more summons or issues on something that, could be avoidable. If it's something that you guys could tell me
Yeah, but
clearly, then,
even
it's
regardless
easy
of
for
the
me.
time, Mr. Ruiz, it has to be a
Mhm.
licensed security guard.
Yeah, no,
That's
that
the
I
issue there
understand.
now. So it doesn't matter what the time is. It has to be a licensed guard.
All right, no, that I understand fully. No worries. I'll get you guys the contracts of whoever I decide to contract for the license security.
Pastor John.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say something. So, what's your name again?
Pedro.
Pedro. Okay, I'm from this community. Okay, and I know it very well. I've been here more than 40 years. Where you want to do a club, it's definitely a hardship on this community area because we have absolutely no parking. People are sitting around in their cars at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get a parking. So imagine if you come into this community with a club, people are gonna be parking all over the street. It's gonna cause a lot of accidents, gonna cause hardship to us. That is a gas station right at the corner where the guy is renting the gas station so people could park at night because there's no parking.
Okay.
That's how bad it is over here. I mean, I'm saying if you come in with a bakery or something like that, where you're gonna leave like maybe 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock or earlier, that's fine. But to bring in a club into this community right now, we don't have the space for that. We don't have
Okay.
that. Just a suggestion to you,
Yeah, no,
letting
of
you
course. Thank
that
you.
you're gonna have to deal with the police a lot. You're gonna have to deal with the neighborhood calling in back and forth because we are suffering over here right now when it comes to parking.
All right, thank you. I'll take that into consideration.
Okay.
And Mr. Pedro, thank you very much for taking the time to come in and talk with us. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for all the help, all the advice, and like I said, I'll take everything into consideration, and if I could, yeah, get the info for the officer, so maybe I could talk to him, once the meeting's over, or maybe set up something for another day, and that way we can work things out.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Coming
All right,
to the
thank you.
community court.
Okay.
Great. You want to move on now, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
I don't see item 1 or representatives for item 1 or items for number 2 have joined us. So I don't know what you and Barbara will want to do for that.
I'm sorry. I just spoke to 801 Chili Avenue, Don Chili. They said that they spoke with Danielle and informed her that they were not going to be able to attend because they had a very important issue come up. So her Spanish is not great. So I don't know when she told me that they were attending. I don't think she meant to tell me that. So just want to be fair and say that they did reach out to the office to tell them that they weren't going to be there, and it must have been lost in translation.
Is that the one by the precinct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second one, the 558, no, nothing. I emailed everyone. She reached out to them, and she did speak to Don Chili, and then she texted me that she also spoke to the patron, the 558 one, and I don't know. I'm just gonna have to confirm with her again because I think she mixed up the addresses and the names. Because the message she gave me said the 558 information for Don Chili, so I think she mixed everything up.
Okay.
I have a
Mr.
question
Rao,
on Chili.
I would like us to go back to number 1, the review of the new application for Don and Chile. I believe the month before last, we asked to consider this particular application, and we did ask the sergeants to stop by and take a look at their cameras, which they told us that they have. And from the report we received last month, the cameras were not working, which means that they lied to us. And from what we had received, the information we had received last time, they had been selling alcohol there illegally, and we do not want to continue to play this cat and dog game with them. So, Barbara, you want to say something? Because I would like us to move a motion to deny them of this application of a license, And if they want it to be considered, they can go before the full board.
I agree with you, Pastor John, considering the fact that this was very important to them to make it priority to come to the community board tonight and take care of that. With the cameras not working, that says a lot to us. I mean, we have to look at all of those things and see what is at best interest to our community, and what is that telling us right there.
So can you move a motion for us to deny this application?
I would move a motion to take it to the full board and get more support on all of what we have seen.
We need a motion either to deny or to give them more time. They can go before the full board and explain why they have not been able to
deny it, Pastor
Yes.
John. I would
Say that
motion
again?
it to deny.
Okay. Seconded.
Okay.
So the
yeah,
motion was made and you just denied their liquor license, correct?
correct.
Okay. Okay. So what about item number 2 now?
Two. They were with us. Can you please recap the number 2?
They had a
558.
representative come in, but it was not the principal owner. So we
Yes.
kindly ask that the principal owner return today.
Okay, and they have not been able to show up.
Mm.
Cynthia, can you confirm what was it on? We contacted them. They were made aware of tonight's meeting.
They were emailed the same way they were emailed the previous months, but I did have Danielle reach out to them as well. I'm just not sure what happened there. So I just have to speak to Danielle tomorrow.
Pastor John,
Yes.
I don't think that we can really put a motion on that, because we have to get the facts from Cynthia on what really happened there. That would not be fair to motion on what we really don't know what happened.
Okay, so you move a motion from the table, the application.
Yes.
Okay, second.
I'll ask
So
Danielle tomorrow as soon as we see her.
You can
Yes.
re-invite them for our next month.
Exactly,
committee
because
meeting.
we can't make those decisions like that. It wouldn't be fair.
You guys could bring them to executive the way you have done in prior as well.
Yes, we could do that too.
We don't want them to. We do not want to give them the impression that we will be pushing the work we're supposed to do to the executive committee.
No problem. I understood.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Raff, please, can we move to the next one?
The next item is FLP protocol noise protocol. Cynthia, that wasn't attached here. Was that the nuisance one?
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you right now, Ro.
Okay.
Pastor John and Barbara, I send this to you guys April 9th if you want to check your email. Or do you want, I'll just send it again right now.
Okay.
Hope I don't lose you. Oh. Flip license. And you sent two things, a flip license stipulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maggie, I'll send it to you and Larry too. I'm sorry.
April 9.
That's
Monique.
application.
I'm not sure I got the. So, Miss, okay, let me see.
Can't see all this stuff.
Mr. Rab, do you have it?
Do I have it?
Yes.
No.
No, it hasn't come in yet. It hasn't come in yet. I got another email just now about the CDC management. So
Oh my God,
I
I
don't know what
sent that
time
to you
that
an
was.
Oh,
hour
okay.
ago.
Okay. I've seen the one, the Manhattan community board. Is that the one, Cynthia?
That was the one I sent in April, yeah. But
Okay.
I updated it so that way it has all of our information.
Okay. 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 I think I've seen it.
The committee helping improve
Okay. That's
residents.
okay. Okay. I've seen what you did. You put it together with the stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. Cynthia did a good job of creating that. So
Yeah.
that
Yes.
add to the stipulations as warnings, so that everyone is aware of being a nuisance in the community and the penalties that go along with it, according to the committee.
Okay. So can we quickly, Mr. Rab, can we quickly go through that? It's a lot.
Nuisance and
Yeah, I
reporting.
haven't received it yet. I'm sorry. The one that I had was a draft. It wasn't the final one, and I'm trying to find that one myself.
Okay. I have it.
All right.
Cynthia,
Yes.
that's the one updated with the first occurrence, second occurrence, third occurrence, ongoing to resolution.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I got it.
So we just want to look over it so that way we could put it on our letterhead and this is something that we would give to everyone who attends our meetings. So that
Yeah.
way they would know, and and then it also has like the bar and restaurant nuisance reporting protocol. It just makes more sense to give them everything right before they attend the meeting.
Good job. Good job, Cynthia.
Okay, so they will have to complete this form before they come before the committee.
Yes.
Okay. So how will you
Cynthia,
get
when
this?
was it that you originally sent it to me? Do you have the date of the email?
Yeah, I have it up. April 9th at 10:55 p.m.
Well, the one I have, it still says board 4 on it. Did you?
So I'll look for the.
That's the only one I got.
Okay,
I have
Mr.
to look for it.
Rava,
I'm not too sure when the other one was sent.
I'm sending it to you.
Cynthia, I'm sorry. I only got board 4 also. Manhattan Community Board 4.
Mm-hmm. For that one, no, this is what we were reviewing. This one isn't on our letterhead yet. It hasn't been changed. So I wanted you guys to review it to see if you want it to stay this way or do you want to change anything on there?
Well, that's up to Pastor John and the FLP, but I'm so glad we put something in writing for them. So they can't say nobody told me this. Nobody said that to me. I didn't hear that.
Mr. Rob, do you have it now?
No, I only have Manhattan
I have
Community
the,
Board
the
4.
older one.
No,
That's the only one that
Larry,
I have.
I sent it to you.
I haven't
No,
received.
it's still the same thing. The one that you sent him, Pastor John, is still the older one. I have to see where it's at because you haven't
there
even
is this
received
one
the
that
one that I
says-
sent you.
There's this one you said Community Board 2.
Oh, see, he
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah, that's the one I sent to Mr. Rav and Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking for it. Oh, I got Community Board 2. I did receive something. License sidewalk, cap stipulation, application, all fields must be completed.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, I got that. I'm sorry. I did get that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So that's
Mr. Rav,
something
you have
we're
it
going
now?
to start giving out.
I have it.
Okay. So you want us to, let's just go through and make sure we, I think we have a few minutes, at maybe like 10, 15 minutes that we can spend on this.
I have it up.
For everybody else?
Barbara, what did you say?
For everyone we was interviewing?
I think so. Do we have anybody left? I don't think so.
No, that's it.
Okay.
So Mr. Rav, can you please just lead us through the review, please?
Okay, so I have, it says Community Board number 2, license, sidewalk, cap stipulation, application, all fields must be completed. Is that what you want? Is that what you want me to read?
Yes, go ahead.
The first line asks for the corporation name and doing business as ABA. The next line has cross streets. Then we get to the part where it says owner. Attach a list of all the people that will be associated, listed with this license. Then you have the name, attorney representative, the phone number, the email. That's the landlord. They ask for his name or her name, phone, email. And just ask basically for the phone, name, and email everybody involved with as being part of the ownership. And manager also has to be listed too with the name, phone number, and email. And then the next line is application type. It says liquor. And the next one is unenclosed sidewalk calf. I guess that if they're gonna have a sidewalk calf. Then it says new. How applicant has applicant owned it or managed a similar business? Then it has yes or no. The next line right under that is was the name and address of the establishment. And right under that it has what were the dates applicant was involved with this former premise. Right under yes, it has corporate, change class, change removal. Then we have what is the license number and expiration date question mark. Right under that is the applicant making any alteration or operational changes. And then right next to it says yes or no. I guess you have to circle one of the boxes. If alteration or operational changes are being made, please describe, list all changes. Next, we have alteration. What is the current license number and expiration date? And you have a box to fill that out with. And right under that, it has, please list, describe the nature of all changes and attach the plans. That's plural if it's more than one plan. Method of operation is the next category. Type of alcohol. Then you have liquor, wine, beer, cider, beer and cider, wine, beer, and cider. Those are the type of alcohol I guess the establishment is going to have. Establishment type, restaurant, cabaret, nightclub, hotel. bar, tavern, catering establishment, adult entertainment, wine bar, dance club, sports bar, club, fraternal organization, members only. And at the bottom of this first page has applicant / owner filed it with the SLA. If yes, when? If no, when do you plan to file? Then it goes on to, it gives you an option of yes, no for that answer. And the next question, for that question, the next question is the 500-foot rule applicable? If yes, please attach a diagram of the on-premise liquor license establishment within 500 feet radius of your establishment and the public interest statement. Then it says yes or no. And then right under that, you have, is the 200-foot rule applicable? If yes, please attach a diagram of the school and houses of worship that trigger the rule. Yes or no is the answer. I'm continue going. No, all right?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, what about if it is not a new application, if it is an old application? It's for, let's say, renewal. Because it's a type of application we have new.
When an application comes in now, we're
Yes.
trying our best to give this to them. We started this last month. So
Okay.
we want them to complete that and then send it back to us, and then we can send it to the committee and then have it present for the public meeting.
Okay, but if it is an old establishment that wants to renew their license,
We're giving them this now, moving forward. Yes, everybody.
I'll add that. I see what you're saying, Pastor John. I'll add it right under the application type where it says new. I'll add renewal.
okay. And then under that, can we also ask them if they have any existing violation?
Okay.
For the purpose of disclosure.
That is a good one.
Plus, we need to know if any cameras is in the establishment.
Wait, I don't hear you. Hold on.
That will be in the stipulation.
Okay. So do you want it to be, do you have any existing violations?
Yes.
At the establishment, or are you even including their other establishments?
Correct.
Okay.
Any existing or knowledge of whatever way you want to put it, but we just want them to let us know what is going on there, because it will help us. Not that we will know. I know by the time the district office and the captain gives us the information, we will know what is going on there. But we just want them to be honest and not to pretend as if they didn't know what happened.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Larry, continue.
Okay. The next page starts off with operational details. Closing time will be when establishment is vacated of all patrons. It has hours indoor only. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And right out under there it says operation. I guess that's for each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Kitchen, I guess the same thing for every day of the week. And music for every day of the week. If you plan to have music, what type? Then it says circle order apply. We have background, live music, DJ, jukebox, karaoke. The next line is occupancy. Then it has capacity, certificate of occupancy. Maximum number of persons occupying premises, including employees, number of tables, number of seats, number of service only bars, number of stand-up bars, number of seats at stand-up bar. And right under that, it says inside, apply to each column down the line, going straight across. Then it has outside, same thing applying to each category on top. And on outside, it also says other than sidewalk calf. Right below that, DCA approved enclosed sidewalks calf. Here we go. Next line. How many floors are there? What is the capacity of each floor? Going straight across. Following that, how frequently will the owners be at the establishment? Next line. Will there be dancing? Will applicants have bottle or table service for beverage alcohol? Will applicant be hosting private, promotional, or corporate events? And as you know, both these questions are yes or no questions. Will outside promoters be used on a regular basis? If yes, please describe. Will applicant have a security plan? If yes, please attach. Will security plan be implemented? Will state certified security personnel be used? Will New York Nightlife Association HPD best practices be followed? Once again, you're allowed to put yes or no across from it. Does applicant agree to notify BXCB Community Board 2 prior to making changes to its method of operation? Will applicant be using delivery bikes? If yes, how many? Will delivery bikes be clearly marketed with the name of the restaurant, and will staff wear attire clearly noting name as described by New York City law? Last on the line is, where will delivery bikes be stored during the day when not in use? Questions, or should I just go on?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Location and zoning. Does the building has a certificate of occupancy, C of O, or a letter of no objection? Yes or no answer. Is a public assembly permit required? Yes or no answer. Are your plans filed with DOB? Yes or no? Okay, no questions. Okay. Next page, community notification relations. Notification lists all block associate, tenant associate, co-op boards, or condo boards of residential building and community groups that an applicant has notified regarding its application. For each, please list both the organization and individual you contacted. Then it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. I don't know how this will sound, but I've seen it in some other places. If an establishment is applying for a license or is trying to renew a license, they post it on their door, informing them that they are applying to the community board for a license or to renew a license, and asking the residents to feel free to call the office with regards to the application. Is that something that, because sometimes the community residents
We can
don't
always
know
post the agenda. On the agenda, we'll have that information. And we can always make the agenda. You know, that the agenda is public. Remember, it's a public meeting, so we can put any information out like that.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about asking them to post it, so that if people that live in their neighborhood, if they know that they're coming before the board, they may choose to come before the board, or they may call the office and express, their concern or their interest, instead of these people just coming to us and then we sit in the committee or in the board, make decisions, and then, it doesn't go well with the community residents.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you're saying if I'm opening up a restaurant in the neighborhood and I don't have my license or permit yet, I should let the community know by putting up a notification saying that I'm applying for a liquor license, and we should get feedback from the community.
Yes, they just
Okay.
put it
I
on.
just want to make sure I got it right. Okay.
Yes, put it on their door or wherever. Just notifying the public announcement that they are applying to the community board for a license.
Yeah, so if they have opposition, they can let the community board know ahead of time.
Yes.
I got it. Okay.
Once they pick up the application, or once they submit the application to the district office, they collect maybe a form and just fill it up and paste it on their door. It could be for 30 days, it could be for 2 weeks before they come before the committee. Barbara, you're so quiet.
I know that the state liquor authority only wants them to notify the community board. Then once we receive it, we can put it on the agenda and send out the agenda. That's the system that's somewhat in place now.
But it would be their business. That's why I think that's what he's trying to say. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Pastor John. They would have to do that, right? They would have to go put the papers around.
Yes, they will have to be the one to put it on their door. I have seen some places, they even put a big sign. And, you know, if anybody in the community has a question about it, they can call, they can show up at the community board meeting and contribute, make their voices, you know.
I'm sorry, can I just cut you off, Ralph? If you jump to one of the pages, it says it on one of the 3 pages that you have up right now. Not that one. The other one. This one. So if you look at the very end of it, it says, I'm gonna read it. It says, upon receipt of this letter, you are required to reach out to everyone on the attached list of organizations, Black associations. Please CC me on the emails that you sent.
Great. So
okay, so this is why we can add that on that paper, but this is the paper that I would like to fix up and correct to our liking, so we can give this to everyone that attends.
Thank you. So Barbara, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm right there.
Okay.
I have a little concern because the competition, if there's the business in the area, because they're competition, they might not like that, so they're really gonna go against them,
Well, at the end of the day, the board have to make a determination on whether to approve or not to approve. But just for the purpose of getting community inputs.
I have seen business in this area where I remember there was a time a grocery store was about to open up, and the guy had everything set up, and he was supposed to open that week. That same night, his business caught on fire without even opening up. Then we had another I think it was Avaya, someplace that caught on fire. We have different incidents in this area where people's business get caught on fire all of a sudden.
Very suspicious. All right.
Yeah, okay. It's something to think about, I remember one time I think Fire had lost their liquor license. I don't know, something like that happened, and they caught on fire, desperate fire, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you see the grocery store was on the other side where the that restaurant El Chile is. And stuff too. The guy put in everything, caught on fire before the day he opened.
Okay. On community notifications and relations, we have it here. List all block associations, tenant associations, co-op boards, condo boards of residential buildings and community groups that applicant has notified regarding its application For each, please list both the organization and the individual you contacted. Now, when they provide this information, what are we going to do? Are we going to contact those people or the organization to find out if they had reached out to them?
Yeah. Or
Well, it says,
put it in writing or send an email or something that they did.
because that's exactly what it says. It says to CC us on the email.
So, Barbara, you are saying that it's not a good idea to ask them to post a sign on their door that they are applying to renew or renew license?
I'm not saying it's not a good idea. I'm just saying think about it, because business are very envious of other business coming into where they are, because they know that that's gonna cause them to lose because somebody else is coming in. So they're gonna find every reason to make it harmful for the new person coming in. That's like if this guy was trying to open up this restaurant right next to Via. They hear that they're gonna really find a reason to come down on him, because that's gonna be pulling in more business than them. Considering the place is huge too. Just something for you guys to think about. I'm not, I don't want to be the judge. I just want you guys to consider, what that would do to other business and how they react.
Okay, let's continue. So that means, okay, let's continue, Mr. Larry.
Okay, follow up. It says, please provide dates when applicant meet with the groups listed above. Who was your contact person in each group you met with? When did applicant post the notice that was provided? Where did applicant post the notice that was provided? Will applicant provide owner's cell number to neighbors and respond to complaints that arise? Please provide number in a space provided.
Now, please, can you read that? When did the applicant post the notice that was provided?
That's
Where
correct.
did the applicant post the notice that was provided? Where do we want them to post the notice? Are we limiting them to email? Are we limiting them to? That's why I was suggesting they can post that notice on their door.
Well, it says when did the applicant post the notice that was provided, and next it says where did the applicant post the notice that was provided.
Correct. Which means that we are going to give them a notice when they come to pick up the application. Now we're going to give them a notice for them to complete and post somewhere. Am I right? Cynthia, am I right?
Well, they don't pick up the application. We get the application via mail, certified mail. That's the first time that we make in contact. So they got it's a 30-day stipulation. They give us the 30 days, and then we get them on your calendar. And then we take it. I don't think they should be notifying people. Well, they could be notifying people that they're applying, because that's all they can do is notify people that they're applying. But I don't, we can't, before the committee meets, we can have them fill out the questionnaire, but we can't provide them with a notice. They have to come up with that notice saying they're applying for such and such license, and this is the date that it will be reviewed at the planning board, something along those lines.
Yes. So
I don't think we can come up with a generic one and give it to them, because we don't actually see them, Reverend John, until the day of the meeting. They provide us the notification. We set everything up. I mean, we can send it to them.
Will you provide them with a sample notice that they should post?
We can do that.
Yes.
But that they're applying. That they're applying.
Yes, I think so, because this suggests that they have a notice that they should post. Where did the applicant post the notice that was provided? It means that we provided them with a notice. Where did they post the notice that was provided? which means that we expect them to post it somewhere.
Would have to definitely be on their door with the business.
Correct. And it should not be, oftentimes people don't even see that thing, but it helps for the purpose of transparency, you know. And then also it's a check on them. They have to know, okay, now the community, the residents have a say on my business conduct. So they will try as much as possible to make sure that they play according to the rules.
I mean, they could also take a picture and submit to us that they put it on the door. And at the same time, we could always have the precinct or somebody drive by to make sure that that was on the door. So when it comes to the full board, that we could say, okay, the precinct did tell us they saw it there, or somebody from our community who can go by and go, we saw it there, you know?
Correct. Okay, so we now agree that the district manager will provide them with a form, you know, for the notice. He will prepare a sample, a form that they can complete and post.
That's fine with me. I mean, once we clean this up and the audit and what Larry was reading, we'll add that to it. So they'll have all three of these documents.
Thank you.
Can we put a phone number, like the phone number for the community board on that? If there's any concerns, please call the community board.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. That's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Larry can continue.
Okay, will applicant provide owner's cell number to neighbors and respond to complaints that arise? Please provide number in space provided. And it says yes or no. Next, will applicant inform the community board office of?
Can you please, can we look at that again?
Okay, will applicant provide owner's cell phone number?
Yes,
to neighbors,
it doesn't have to be.
Good, I'm sorry.
I don't think it has to be the owner's cell number, because for personal reason or security reason, that might not be the best way to reach the landlord. But we
could actually put email if you like.
Okay. Yeah,
email is best anyways because it's written document.
Yes, or the office number, the business number that somebody can call, not necessarily his cell number.
Okay, so
because they can be calling him to harass him. We don't want that. But they can call the office or email.
Pastor John, I don't think that's a good idea. I think it should be, because he's not going to come back and tell you to, well, you know, they don't want my business there. So it's best if we provide maybe a email from the community board that they could reach out to the community board and we would know what was really their concern.
Mr. Rob, what do you think?
I don't think we should give them the owner's personal cell phone number.
Exactly.
Email to community board might be a better suggestion, but you know, that's my personal opinion.
Somebody's phone number, maybe at least the manager's number, other than the number to the establishment. And you know, so someone's personal number we're gonna need. God forbid we need to reach out or something like that. You know, we see an email, they might not see it for 3 days. You know, something along those lines. So.
Okay, so we can ask for the manager's number and an email.
Now you get the owner personal number for the community board access to the owner, and the email and the manager numbers is totally different, because you don't want the public to have the owner direct phone number.
Yes, we have. I think we have the owner's phone number at the top of the application. So, so the one that should be available to people should be the manager.
No, but this is a problem, Pastor John. The majority of applications that come through, they do not provide us with a number. They provide us with the restaurant business number. So when we have to reach out to them, it's a headache because we have to reach out to the staff and then explain to the staff why we need to get in contact with the owner. And then they won't even release the information to us. They'll call them and then we have to sit on our hands and wait for them to call us.
Okay, so do we ask will the applicant provide the owner's cell number to the board?
To the board, and we don't give out information anyway, so.
Yes. So it should be to the board, to the district office, please.
Okay.
Continue.
Yes, sir.
Will applicant inform the community board office of its job openings and or provide a hyperlink to applicant's jobs web page? I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry, please. We asked the question, will the applicant provide we should not, supposing they say no, will the applicant provide the owner cell number? If they say no, what do we do? So we should tell them that we want them to provide the owner cell number.
Okay.
And then give them a spot for them to put that number.
So I'll just put please provide.
Yes.
And I'll add that it will not be distributed because that's a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll probably ease the owner mind, knowing that it's not going to be distributed to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Will the applicant inform the community board of job openings? I'm thinking that this question, it should be in the positive. Asking them that we want them to inform the office of its jobs openings and provide a link to.
Maybe we should start inviting somebody from Project Hope to this meeting so that way they can have a contact.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay, so do we say the applicant will provide the community board office with its job openings? But my question is, if they say no, what action? What do we do? We let them go. We let them off the hook.
I don't know, because sometimes when restaurants are opening, they are either moving because they grew too big.
And force people to hire people, and in particular that they're here to get a permit. We can't do that. That's a quid pro quo. Like we're telling them, you get hired or else. We can't do that. We cannot. We could encourage for them to hire, but we can't hold someone. So let's say they come back 2 years later, and if they didn't hire no one from the community, and you guys are gonna vote against it just because of that, we cannot do that. That's we're discriminating. We can't force people to hire, and then you hold it over them that you're gonna renew their permit. We can't do that as this committee.
So should we ask them? Do we need to ask them if they will inform the community office of its job openings, or do we take that out?
We could just ask that. Are they going to?
That's not a problem. But we can't even I'm a little uncomfortable asking them, how many people. We can ask how many people they have staff, and if there are openings, they can reach out to these people. But that's it. I don't even think that's something that we should be revisiting, only because they're in front of us for a permit, and when that could be a bias somewhat. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't do that because I know the state liquor.
That is a bias. That is a bias. I think it's definitely a bias, but we could ask them what they consider if they have any openings available. Would they consider hiring somebody from within the community?
One time, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
that's something that we won't be able to on a renewal. We won't be able to keep asking them that. That could be discriminatory.
You can't demand nothing from them in that area. I don't think.
Yeah, not from that.
So
the main thing is
I could put for new.
Encourage jobs into our community. So why would that be biased? And we need to encourage the people that bring in business to our community to help the people in our community. They coming into our community. So you're gonna have a lot of people come from
Barbara, they're
low.
here for a permit. We cannot, that's a quick pro quo. We cannot be asking them to hire people and then make a judgment on, advising if we're gonna be supportive or objective to it. That's
Right.
something that's unethical. I would strongly encourage you guys to stay away from that. I would not do it at all. 100%. You can encourage them when they're coming for a new license to hire locally. We can provide them with the local workforce programs.
That sounds good.
I don't think that in 2 years when they come for a renewal, we are more concerned of the interests of the community as far as the nuisance. If there are an issue with them with the police department, that's one thing. But if they're gonna say they didn't hire no one there, you're gonna hold them against because they didn't hire someone, but yet they've been in good standing in the community.
Mhm.
That's something that I would not entertain. I would not want to know that, because if you're gonna base judgment on that, that could be very unethical. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yes,
I can understand.
we understand. And let me just take us back to what do they call them? Amazon. When Amazon wanted to set up their business in Queens, the community objected because they felt that Amazon is not interested in investing in the community. And so they came to the Bronx. They came to the Hunts Point, and then they promised us that they were going to hire people from our community. And once we supported them and they set up their business, they turned back and said they don't owe the community anything because they're a private company. We've been having people coming to our community promising that they will work with us, but they just take advantage of us. Now, in as much as we don't have to control how they do their business, it is also important for us to let them know that we expect them. We expect them to give back to the community. We have one of the highest rate of poverty in the city. And how will our people, get above poverty if we don't get them hired, if we don't get, create opportunities for them, for the jobs that are available in the community? So either we should say it here that we encourage them to hire. I'm not that we're going to force them, but we have to let them know that we are interested in their hiring people here, because unemployment is an issue. Poverty is an issue in our community. Hunger is an issue.
And it's good for them to
So we'll leave the office to figure out how they're going to frame that question for us. We can move forward. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Always encourage people to hire people in our community, whether it was housing, whether whatever thing going on. We have always encouraged people to hire people in our community. I understand what Ralph is saying, that we can't pressure them, but we do need to encourage them to do it. It's for the best of our community.
Barbara, I would like to ask you, how would we word that where they don't think that we are demanding or pressure them to hire somebody from the community?
We're not gonna pressure them. We're just gonna ask them. We would like that, we would like them to hire people in our community that is in need of jobs and stuff. Could they can do that? They would be anxious to do it because of the fact that they're coming into this community. So they want us to welcome them. So they would want to do it. We're not gonna tell them you gotta do it, and if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. No, we're not gonna do that to them. We're just going to tell them, would appreciate it if you hire the people in our community.
So you're saying that we are not going to put it in writing. We just going to ask them verbally would they consider hiring people from our community?
Yes.
Okay. All right, just one check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
with the next title is building design. State the name and type of business previously located in the space. Has a liquor licensed establishment previously occupied this space at any time? If yes, please provide the name of the business. Then it has yes or no next to it.
Okay.
Do you plan any changes to the existing facade? If yes, please describe. Is the entrance ADA compliant? Do you plan any changes to existing facade?
That
If
sounds
yes,
like a repetition.
It is actually. It's
Okay.
repetitious, yeah.
Yeah.
if yes, please describe. Will applicant have a vestibule, how you pronounce that, Ralph? Vestibule within the establishment?
I'm not seeing where you're at because I'm not on that page, but vestibules does sound correct.
Okay, yes or no? Will applicant use a storm enclosure? Yes or no? Does the applicant agree to keep the sidewalk clear of all items or obstructions such as sandwich boards, sidewalk signs, freestanding menus, plants as per the law? Yes or no? Will applicant comply? Sorry.
Yes, just let me, I don't know if this is relevant, but there is one of the establishments that we had, you know, um, processed and approved their application. And I believe it was Maggie that stopped by the business some time ago and noticed that the place is so dark inside. And I think that's the former Exito.
Mm-hmm.
The place
Still
is
dark.
dark.
Still
Huh?
dark.
It's still
They
dark.
corrected it.
Oh, they've corrected it.
Okay, they
Okay.
corrected it. Okay.
Okay. So I think we should find a way to mention something like that because, you know, we don't want, I mean, we can't tell them what to do, but there is no need making your business so dark when you say you're running a restaurant, you know, and, you know, so I don't know how we're going to do that, but I'm glad they fixed that. I just wanted to let us know that, you know, there was.
No, let's get something straight. They are still dark inside. I don't know how that goes, but outside they did a great job. They got all the lights up. It's bright as hell outside. Inside is a different story.
But inside is just like when you go to the portón and stuff. You can't have them have so much light inside. It's just like going into the portón. They had that dim lighting. That's what
Okay.
Éxito got. Whatever,
Okay.
finca, whatever it's called.
Finca.
Okay.
La finca.
Finca. Continue.
Yes.
Will applicant comply with NYC noise code? Yes or no? Will the establishment have any of the following circle that apply? It has French doors, garage doors, windows that can be opened. Will applicant close all windows, French door, garage doors when any music or amplified sound, including television, is played inside the establishment? Yes or no? Will applicant close all windows, French door, garage doors by 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday and 10 p.m. on all other days, even if no music or amplified sound is played inside the establishment? Yes or no?
You go
As
even by
applicant,
9, not even 11 or 10, 9 p.m.
oh, you're making a suggestion, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Am I changing that to 9? It could be 9 on all days, and that's fine. How does that sound, Pastor John?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, so I'll change that to say 9 p.m. all days. Okay.
Has applicant obtained an acoustic?
But the question is, if they say no, what do we do? So I think some of these questions we should just give them the option to, you know, we shouldn't give them the option of yes or no. It should be a
Oh, okay, I see
stipulation
what you mean. I see what you mean.
that the applicant will close all windows, French doors. Let them commit to doing that. The applicant will do,
Close,
you know.
right?
Okay.
Yes.
So I put applicant will close. That's fine.
Yes. Applicant will comply with all New York City noise code. That's it. We don't want them to say no. They have to comply. That's the law.
All right. So for the will applicant, for like the past 3 ones that we just did, I'll just put
Yes.
applicant will comply, and I'll just switch those words around.
Yes. And the other one that said applicants will use a storm. Okay. All right. Okay, great. All right. So the ones that they must comply, just don't give them no option. Let them just tick.
So, Pastor John, you're saying the law is already in effect for certain things already?
Yes.
Okay.
They can't say, if they say no, that means if they're not willing to comply, that means we will deny them.
Yeah, they're violating the law. Okay, I got you. Has applicant obtained a acoustical report from a certified sound engineer to assess potential noise disturbance in the neighboring residents and buildings? Yes or no? Will applicant follow the recommendation of a certified sound engineer to migrate potential noise disturbance to the neighboring residents and buildings, including placing speakers on the floor of the establishment? Yes or no? Will the kitchen exhaust system extend to the roof? That's a good one. That's a good one there. Will the establishment have illuminated signs? Yes or no? Will the establishment have a canopy extending over the sidewalk? Yes or no? Where will the air conditioner be located? What type is it? And the last question, when was the air conditioner installed? Oh, no, that's not the last question. I'm sorry. How many cameras are in the location? How many cameras are in the exterior? Where will there be an ATM and where will it be placed?
That's Barbara's question.
No, that's a good question, Bob, because a lot of places have them right in the front. If people take their money out, they walk out, they turn the corner, and they got mugged.
You should see what's happening around here. So much business. I just be looking. I be like, I wish they could pull them in the community board. A lot of business.
I know they get
Cameras
mugged.
them right up there.
Continue.
Yes, sir.
Outdoor items other than sidewalk calf. Will applicant use any outdoor spaces, rooftop, rear yard, patio, porch, balcony, pavilion, tents, desks? How you pronounce this? Gazebo. Okay. Or open dining in the parking lane? If yes, which ones? Then it goes over here and says yes or no. Are the floor plans for the outside space included? Yes or no again. Will applicant close and vacate the outdoor spaces by 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday and 10 p.m. on all other days? Yes or no? But that's already, Pastor John, you said in the law from the New York City, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So they have to know that they have to know if they say no.
Okay.
And there's a problem.
Okay. Will the service and consumption of alcohol in any outdoor space only be via seated food? Yes or no? Will applicant allow standing space for patrons to drink or smoke in an outdoor space or on the sidewalk? Question, can we stop somebody from smoking on the sidewalk? We can't do that, can we?
No.
Okay, just that's my personal question. I'm sorry. Will there be an amplified music as per law? Yes or no? If amplified sound is played inside the establishment, will windows and
I'll
doors
change that. I'll put windows must.
be?
Windows and doors must be closed.
Will applicant agree to post signs outside asking customers to respect their neighbors? Will applicant agree to train staff to encourage a peaceful environment? Will applicant provide effective sound control, landscaping, enclosure, soundproofing, tenants' apartments? I have a question, Pastor John. When you say soundproofing tenants' apartments, what does that actually mean?
I'm looking at it also because unless this has to do with apartments that are adjacent to the business establishment. You know,
well, for personal experience, I don't think you could make I don't know if you could make the owner, because I know most landlords won't do it. A lot of these buildings in our community are old, so if you have somebody living above you, right on top of you, and their kids are running all day, then at night they're playing their music loud, you're gonna get it. Because I've been through that experience, and I went to my landlord complaining about that, and I was told bluntly that they're not gonna put nothing, no rugs, nothing to soundproof anybody's apartment. So I'm just trying to figure out how that'll work with the businesses.
so Mr. Rob, do we take that out?
Yeah, because you can also hold the establishment accountable to provide that.
Ralph, I got a question for you. Wow.
Mr. Rob,
Hello?
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was talking to myself here. Go ahead.
Okay. Ralph, I noticed we be bringing in this guy on the grocery store of 156. He comes into meetings all the time to renew his license, but I've never noticed the other two people in the grocery store on Longwood and Fox. Neither one of them has never come to our meetings, and I wonder why.
Grocery stores and liquor stores are only required to inform us. We do not advise whether we're opposing or supporting. That owner happens to be, I guess, a good neighbor and decides to come on his own to make sure that there are no discrepancies.
Yeah, because I noticed he always comes to our meetings when, his thing is up, but I'm like, I know these guys, and I'm like, I never saw them going to the community board for meetings, so how come he has to come?
No, he
Well,
doesn't
this
have to
is
come, Barbara. It's his choice. He's making a good choice, making sure he's a good neighbor, a good community person, and I think that's something we should thank him one day for doing.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that we should really amend him for that and even give him a certificate, let him put up in his store, that we appreciate the fact that, he always come out to us, and that's really nice. Because we need some of these doors to come in.
Larry,
So,
we should
so
honor him.
Um,
You heard, Larry?
yeah, I heard we should honor him.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't hear
What
what
you
you
said,
said.
Maggie?
That since you do the back to school there, if we do it at the PAL, being that he's right there,
Right
you
across
could
the
Yes.
street.
just honor him. Yeah, you could just honor
Yes.
him there.
Yes.
All right.
That's nice.
That would
Okay.
be
That's
very,
just a suggestion. A suggestion.
good job, Maggie.
And this is
That's a
actually
good
something
suggestion.
that Crespo was talking about. He's trying to see if he can get a meeting going for the same exact reason. The fact that liquor stores and bodegas don't have to come to the community board. So
We need them.
Crespo, he's already brainstorming how he can go about doing that.
Cynthia, you know what? We need them to come. Like, for instance, the grocery store on this side sells a lot of food. And it's so much grease that we need to encourage them to cut down. I don't know if we could do that. Cut down on a little bit of that grease or something they sell it.
No, we can't.
Yeah, right?
No.
I mean, we can do something to sell more healthy food.
You can see if
Yep,
you can get
we
Urban
can.
involved, because Urban has gone to regular bodegas and done like a healthy program that a lot of the stores have incorporated. So like they put the fruits out on the counter now. Before they were just like nowhere to be found. So they have a initiative with that. I'm not too sure if they're still doing it, but you can always reach out to Urban and ask them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I think the health committee can invite them, and at the health committee they can discuss the health disparities and challenges we have in the community with them, and then encourage them to see how they can incorporate healthy products in their cells. It does not contradict anything, but I believe it is the health committee that should look into that. Now, on the please, I would like us to go back to, will applicant provide effective sound control, landscaping, sound proofing of tenants' apartment? I think we should add the word if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that do a lot of justice if necessary.
Yes. Okay. All right. So Larry, you can continue, please.
Will there be a lighting plan that allows safe uses of the outdoor space without disrupting neighbors? Yes or no? If open dining in the, somebody want to say something? No?
I'm sorry. I think some of those questions we should put them in English and Spanish.
Okay. I think we should have the form in English and then also in Spanish.
Yes.
I think you guys need a translator because I can't do that.
Barbara will help you.
Oh, no. I can't even do that with the Jamaican teams in my soccer team right now.
Okay.
I'll see if there's anyone that can help me, but
The
this,
Family Enrichment Center.
okay.
On the
Yeah,
computers.
No, because when you translate it sometimes it gets thrown off.
Oh, okay.
And then you have different translation. You have the Mexican, you have the Puerto Rican translation, you have South Bronx translation.
Very true, Pastor.
Maggie Spanish. Let Maggie do it. Maggie could do that.
That is so true with translation. I'm talking about years ago. I used to hang out with this guy. One was Puerto Rican, one was Dominican, one was Cuban, and we had a Mexican guy with us. And one day the Mexican was talking to the Puerto Rican guy, and after he left, I said, "Tony, what are you talking about?" He said, "Yo, I don't know what the hell he's talking about." And I was all screwed up. I couldn't understand that. It looked like they would communicate with each other, but when the guy went, he says, he talks like he's from the mountains or something. I said, now you lost me. I don't even know what the hell the mountains is, but that's when I realized that the dialect is slightly different with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes too, we have a lot of Spanish people come into our community where have business in Spanish, and they're not gonna understand half of what you're writing there. So at least if you give it to them in Spanish, in English, they have no excuse. Nosotros no entendemos eso, because they knew it. They had it in both languages.
Yes, they feel more comfortable reading their language. I understand.
I think it would be very good if we could come up, Cynthia, with someone that could really have that translated in English and Spanish. We'll get better results.
Okay, but when they're completing the form, we would like them to complete it in English for us.
Yeah, but we want them to understand what they're completing too.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Continue.
So Larry, you can continue.
If open dining in the parking lane, will applicant agree to leave the sidewalk free of any furniture? Yes or no? If open dining, will you comply with all NYC DOT guidelines? Yes or no?
We could change this.
if open dining is in the parking lane, will applicant agree to leave the sidewalk free of, okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
some of them use both the sidewalk and the parking lane?
Correct.
Wow.
If open dining, will the installation be year round? I think this has changed with the new mayor protocol for open street activities with the restaurant, the bikes and everything. I'm not sure, but I'll be watching on the news and they're doing a lot of changes with the streets and how they conduct business with the restaurants and the dining.
And speaking of the bikes, that's crazy what's going on. All these people are running the sidewalks, delivering food on the sidewalks. It's
Barbara,
crazy.
Barbara, don't start me with that. I saw a guy come down Beretta Street where I'm at, the mother, the daughter, and the little baby walking up, and he almost hit the little kid on the
Yeah,
sidewalk.
all the time. Yep.
I like
All
what's
happens out here.
yeah.
Same.
So, Reverend, just to update everybody. So, there are changes. We're actually waiting. I'm sorry to interrupt. We're just waiting for guidance from the state, but the changes are going into effect on May 17th. They're actually extending the hours. That's all that they've done so far. They're extending the hours of outdoor dining. And then on May 31st, they're extending the hours for indoor bar and dining. So those are the only guidance. That's the only guidance we've gotten from the state. We're still waiting for more. They said that they're going to release more information before the 17th. That's what the state has told us.
Okay. So do you anticipate they're lifting the permit for the outdoor dining, especially those of them that are putting up on the either on the sidewalk or on the parking areas?
So that's what my contact has told me in the state liquor authority. He's a retired NYPD cop, but he's the one I do the SLA we do the march operations with. He's telling me that they're going to rescind the permits for the outdoor dining locations. In other words, like all those tables and the chairs that you see now, people have permits for. They're going to give a due date of when the owners of the restaurants have to remove that stuff, because once they lift the restriction off indoor dining, there's no reason to have the outdoor dining anymore. So, but that's going to probably come towards the end of the month. So as soon as I get any
Sergeant,
intel on that, I'll let you guys know.
also, Sergeant, just know that at the city council level, they're looking to make it law for the open restaurant policies.
Oh, for
So,
outdoor?
yeah, for the outdoor,
Yes.
Yeah,
they want to make it law. But you're right, the permits are going to expire soon. I don't know if
yeah.
they're going to be renewed, but in the interim, just heads up, I think the city council, from my understanding, is looking to make it law.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I hear something, Reverend and Chairman, I'll let you guys know. I'll pass along the information.
Okay, thank you very much.
You got it.
Okay.
Pastor John, I'd like to ask Sergeant G a question.
Go ahead.
These trucks that popping up all on Sutton Boulevard with no permit, fake permits from the city taped on their trucks, and they taking up a lot of spaces. And when I asked him, well, how you got this truck over? He said, oh, the store owner is allowing me to put this truck on the sidewalk in front of his business. Is that legit?
I'm confused. What do you mean? What permits? What trucks? Are you talking about commercial vehicles?
I
No,
think he's talking about the food trucks, like
the food
the
trucks.
Oh, you're talking about the food trucks. So yeah, they're supposed to be licensed. No, they can't get permission from the restaurants. They have to be licensed by the city. But
No,
if
no,
anybody,
he's not getting permission from. He's getting permission from in front of a store, a business.
no, absolutely not. No, you
Okay,
can't. I mean, Chairman, if I'm mistaken, Ralph, you can correct me, but they need, if you're a food truck, you need a separate permit. You can't get permission from the restaurant to sell food out on the street. That's regulated by the city.
yeah,
There's
they need a
do
food
that.
they need a
yeah,
food
you need a food
vending
vendor
permit,
permit.
Right, you're right.
and
So,
they need what is it, Ralph? A sales tax permit. So they need like three things. They need food permit, from Department of Health. They need like the Department of Finance numbers. And I
No.
think maybe
Department of
even like,
Health too, I think, Cynthia, Department of Health,
yeah, the food handling permit.
yeah, certificate
Mhm.
of inspection.
Well, all
Yeah.
these permits are Xerox copies, if you know what I mean. Xerox
Well, no,
copies.
I can look them up. I can access them. I actually have a contact
Okay.
in the city. But listen, if you, I mean, Larry, you have my number, obviously. If you have
Okay.
any locations or any food trucks, please send me a
I
text
will reach
message.
out to you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I'll go over there immediately and investigate. I mean, anytime I get any kind of complaints from you guys, I always go over and investigate immediately. So,
Well, we got one guy that's selling food right in front of the community board too, at the corner where the old Dwayne Reed used to be at. My biggest problem is not him selling food, but he got his car, his truck in the same lane where the cars have to come down and the 6 bus comes down and people have to stop and curve to the side and almost get hit by the 6 bus because this guy truck, his actual vehicle that he drives is blocking, not his food car. His food car is on the corner.
what's the location? What's the location, Larry? I'm gonna go over there tonight and I'll take a look.
1029 East 163rd.
1029 East 163rd. What kind of food does he have there?
Oh, I don't know exactly kind of food.
Empanadas.
I heard
It's like
Maggie. I heard hi,
pastelillos.
Maggie. What do you got?
Hi.
Bananas?
No,
Hi.
empanadas. It's
Empanadas.
like
I
little
love empanadas.
pastelillos. Yeah, well, that's what he's selling.
All
We,
right,
That's what
I'm
he's
gonna-
I
selling.
did call
Maggie,
his attention. I did call his attention. What?
did you ever heard
What?
the story about the guy that was selling the empanadas?
No.
Que estaba vendiendo droga en empanadas.
Oh, no. I
Yeah.
didn't hear about that.
All right, I'm gonna take a ride over there tonight, Lawrence. I'll take a look.
He's not there
Is
now.
it-
He's there
is
during
it-
the day.
He's there in the daytime.
Yeah, in the daytime. I already
Okay,
told him. I already told him. I told him, you're in front of a community board. You're in front of a social security building. We got special need program in there, and we have a kid that runs. So, and then he has his car there. So I told him, maybe they'll tell you to move. But he said, well, I'm going to wait until they tell me to move. I said, okay.
All right, I'll take care of it. I'll take a ride over there
All right.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Continue reading or Pastor John? Hello?
I'm
Can you hear
here.
me?
Yeah, continue. Let's finish it up.
Okay. DC approved unused sidewalk calf. Almost all these questions are yes or no. Will applicant be applying for a sidewalk calf now or in the future? Is the applicant in this application seeking to include a sidewalk calf in its liquor license? If yes, has the applicant submitted an application and plans to New York City Department of Consumer Affairs? Please attach applicant and plans. Sorry, please attach application and plans. Will applicant close and vacate the sidewalk cap by 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday and 10 p.m. on all other days? Will applicant be serving alcohol in the sidewalk calf? If so, will you have waiter service? Will the calf have a 3 feet wide serving aisle running the entire length of the sidewalk calf? Will the applicant mark the premiere of the calf on the sidewalk? Will the service and consumption of alcohol in the sidewalk calf only be via seated food service? Will the sidewalk calf not provide standing space for drinking or smoking? Will the applicant use any portable natural gas heaters? If so, do you have the requisite approval from DOB and the fire department? Before we go any further, we have people on Sutton Boulevard that have actual grills that are using these objects now that we're talking about. And I don't know if they got a permit from DOB or the fire department. Just want to bring that to you guys' attention.
Hmm.
Would the applicant have a lighting plan that will allow safe uses of the outdoor space without disrupting neighbors? Will all furniture, plants, barricades be stored inside between the evening closing hours and the morning opening hours? Will all furniture be stored inside between December 21st and March 21st and any other day when it rains or snow? Will the applicant use umbrellas? If construction or construction protection has reduced the sidewalk width, will the applicant always maintain an 8-foot clear path of sidewalk between the perimeter of the calf and the closest obstruction, including construction barriers? If opening dining is in the parking lane, will the applicant agree to remove its sidewalk calf? Questions? Nobody's asking. All right, I keep
No
going.
question.
The next 2 pages are blank. And then we get down to the bottom. I guess this is where you have to sign applicant agreement with the community. Applicant agrees to these stipulations as the basis for the community support of this application and acknowledge that all of these stipulations are essential requisites of the community board. 2, recommendation regarding application. Applicant agrees to have the stipulation incorporated in the method of operation of its liquor license. The stipulations in this applicant constitute the entire agreement between Bronx Community Board 2 and the applicant and may only be altered in writing. Signed it by Bronx Community Board 2 and applicant. These stipulations supersede any. Hold on, my phone is acting up. Hold on. These stipulations supersede any oral statements or representation in connection with
this
the
application.
application. It says sign here and so forth.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Larry. So,
You got it.
yeah. So, Cynthia.
Yes.
I think on page 7 and 8 and 9, you will put in the stipulations that we usually have.
What do you mean?
You know, the stipulation, the one that we asked them about the number of cameras and all those things.
But that's on here. We have the cameras on page. Give me one.
I think we have more
page 4,
information.
we have the ATM on page 4.
Okay.
I actually went over the regular stipulations that we had prior, and I incorporated it into this one, so that way we wouldn't miss it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So the extra pages you have are just for additional stipulations that we may have.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have any other thing you would like us to include in this, or do we just adopt this?
The license guards, I have to look over that. I know that's another thing too.
Okay.
Reverend John, I think we also need to revise what everything was done now.
Yes.
We can start implementing some of it, you know, for the main part, because these are general questions. But to vote on it, I think we should have the final document. So that'll have to be for next month.
Okay. Or we can adopt it with the additional whatever additional corrections or additions that you may want to add to it. The substance of it is still going to be as it is.
Yeah, I think, you know, going forward, we will be using it like today or next month. But yeah,
So we will use
maybe
it for
we
next
can
month.
even have it done by in 2 weeks, maybe, possibly. You know, Cynthia could sit down. Cynthia's having some issues with the computer at the office also. So we wanted to, I want to make sure she has ample time. And it shouldn't take long to make all the revisions that we just went over. But I just want to make sure that we're aware that we should at least see the final document before we vote on anything, just in case, because there might be something else that might be added or subtracted when you actually look at it in hand. I just, want to make you aware of that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, Barbara.
Dr. Ralph, are we ever going to see you guys again?
September.
The office is opening already, but the building is still closed. We can't. There's no in-person meetings, so I don't know when's the next time. Larry said September. Could possibly be September. Yeah.
So I think we should go ahead and adopt this so that we can use it. We can start using it. Feel free to. It's purely administrative, so feel free to include whatever you need to include or make the necessary corrections for us. But I believe the document as it is okay with the committee. Barbara, you agree with me? You agree with me?
That's it. Yeah, there it is.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you. I just want to talk to the captain before he leaves.
Okay. So do we? Do I take that for as a vote to adopt the new format for the application?
Barbara, he's talking to you.
Huh?
Okay. All right. Yes. Barbara, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm right here. I'm listening.
Okay. So I'm saying that we move on and adopt this application so that for next month we will be able, going forward, we will be able to use this particular application for any new application.
Just
Great.
Ralph and
down.
Cynthia will make whatever adjustment they need to make.
Cynthia, can't we put on that too? Like how that the captain went in and found that person with a suspended license or something in that club. Can we put something on that to make sure that they would respect that they know that they have to have that license updated, or a person got to be,
But it
get
says it on here. It says security license, like license security. It says will state certified security personnel be used, and then it even asks the security plan to be implemented. So it has all of that on this.
Okay.
Thank you. So Barbara, you move the motion to adopt this new application form.
Yes, I move a motion to adopt. It sounds wonderful.
Seconded. Thank you. So Mr. Ralph.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Ralph, going forward, please use this for our committee proceedings. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll fix everything up as soon as I can, and I'll resend it to the committee. And then
No, you are not sending. You don't send nothing back to us. Use it. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
Whatever corrections you and Ralph makes, it's okay with us.
Yep.
Pastor John.
Yes, sir.
I just want you to know we got a restaurant selling beer without licenses around here.
Yep.
And they all over the place, just to let you know. And a lot of illegal activities going on. And
Hello. Is everybody still there? I don't hear nobody no more.
Yeah,
I'm
here.
I see Cynthia and Larry talking. Reverend John.
I'm here.
We are here.
But I just want to let you know, some restaurants, we got restaurants selling beer without license or permits, And the best way to find out is that we need people to walk by them or go in there, actually purchase something, and you'll see the activity going on.
Thank you. And please, I think we need to also inform the general board or the board members. If they see something, they should call the office. You know, they should call the office. And if anyone has the number to the captain or sergeant, they should call them. But you know, if we see something, we have to bring it to the attention of the office or attention of the precinct. That's the only way. Because number one,
We have to
we
encourage.
cannot.
We have to encourage it.
Yeah, we cannot confront the people. We are not allowed to do that. So all we can do is call the office or call the precinct and just let them know what is going on.
Reverend John, I mean,
What are
if,
we
if
gonna
anybody
do with
becomes
that?
aware, I'm sorry, it's Sergeant Guillermo again. If anybody becomes aware of any situation like that where they're selling alcohol, I mean, please let me know. I will immediately do, you know, an SLA report. I mean, the incident at 561 Southern Boulevard, Palenque, that we had Friday night, that was a call from one of the neighborhood people. I just happened to be, I always check the 311 calls, and I just saw the location. But I mean, that what it leads to on our end is we don't take these things lightly. We do, you know, I not only did I issue the summonses to that gentleman for an unlicensed security guard, but I also do what's called an SLA report, a state liquor authority report. So it automatically gets reported to the state liquor authority. And like I said, I have a friend of mine who's, you know, he's a retired police officer from the 5-2 precinct. So he usually follows up with me, but we take all of these very seriously because, you know, the state liquor authority is the one that comes down on them, and they can hammer them with violations and fines. So if anybody becomes aware of anybody selling alcohol with no liquor license, please let me know.
Can I ask you something?
Let
Can
you
we
know.
get a copy of those reports so that way when they do come to the board, we have it?
I can reach out to I don't know how exactly it works, but I can definitely reach out to my contact at the state liquor authority. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure we can get a hold of those.
Sergeant, we
So-
already know of a place right in front of you, and now we have proof that the camera's not working. So we need you to continue on that spot.
And speaking of that spot, I went to that spot. I didn't really bother with it today because they didn't bother to come on to the they didn't bother to come on to the call. But that place, ever since it came on my radar, I've definitely paid a few visits to that spot. I didn't witness any alcohol being served illegally there, but it's something that we're definitely keeping an eye on. But they also lied to me about the cameras. They said the cameras didn't work, then they said the cameras did work, and then I checked it out myself, and there's not even any video connected anywhere in that spot. So and there's also multiple calls. I didn't really get into it today because obviously they didn't send any representation to the call. But if the pastor had wanted me to, you know, expand on it. We have a lot of noise complaints and double park complaints from that location as well. So we always do our due diligence with these locations. I always run the address. I check out how many 311 calls, how many 911 calls, how many complaints we have. So 801, that's a high volume complaint area.
Thank you, Sergeant. And
You
I
got it,
think they
Reverend.
have a food truck there as well. I've
Yes,
seen
we're
it.
going to take a look at that this week. I'm gonna actually, now that the weather's getting nicer, I'm gonna do a little canvas of the neighborhood. But please feel free to text or email me, reach out to me on any food trucks. We're gonna start checking the permits and stuff.
Thank you. So Larry, you wanted to ask Sergeant a question before he leaves.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
He has a hand raised also.
I was the one that wanted to ask him something.
Okay. Maggie, your hand is still up.
Let Barbara go. She wanted to ask a question first.
Okay, go ahead, Barbara.
Okay, to the captain, I have a few concerns. One on right by the bus stop, the 19 bus. That congregation of people hanging out right at the old Chinese restaurant that's closed down there. That's horrible. Another one is that
Hold on before you move on. Hold on before you move on. I needed a specific location. What's the location?
It's right across the street from a Via restaurant.
Yeah. Okay. You talking about the liquor store, the deli?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a liquor.
the liquor store. It's
Yeah,
Chinese.
on the corner by the check cashing place on Longwood.
Gotcha.
Monique, you're still here.
restaurant.
I am here, baby.
Sarge,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to move those people right away. They've been there, stationed there for years. It's like a habit.
Like a hangout?
Yeah, it's like a bad habit they got. They just sit there. They solicitate from people laundering everything. They ask everybody to buy them something, give them change, everything. They do their thing right there. You know,
It
I
doesn't
mean, the
make
owners don't,
cleaning
the
up
owners
the
don't
Bronx.
say nothing to them, but you know, it's a problem.
All right. Yeah, we'll definitely take. You know what gets rid of a bad habit, Larry? A good habit. So
Yeah, that's correct.
we'll take care of that. I'll send my guys over. That shouldn't be a problem. Where else, Barbara?
Okay, on Fox and Longwood. It's not the grocery store. I notice I've been paying a lot of attention. There's a crowd of people that hangs out. They move up from the grocery store. And the reason they all hang out is because somebody that's selling meat and all kind of stuff from a van. And that's where he has his cooler, his beers, and everything in that green in a car there. So the whole group of people just hangs there every day.
What color van, dear? Do you remember the color?
It's not a van, it's a green car. I don't know what kind of car, but
No, that's fine. I just need a ballpark. So it's a green car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, and then on Longwood in front of the barber shop, going up to Longwood and Beck.
Longwood and Beck.
It's right between more from Fox, let's say from the corner of Fox on Longwood going up straight, like almost before you get to Beck. There's a guy that has a business outside. Now, I understand everybody's trying to make their little bit of money and everything, but he's taking over both sides of the subway now, both sides of the sidewalk.
What is he selling, dear? Do you know what kind of business?
He has fruits in one tent, and the next tent now he turns it into flowers. Then on the other side he got jewelries. Then on the other side he's taking over the whole sidewalk now.
Business is good.
Little business.
Business is good. Okay. Well, business is good, but people have to use the sidewalk too, Pastor John. So that's the other shoe.
He stays on one side, but not on both sides of the sidewalk.
Okay. And these are predominantly. I'm doing an early one tomorrow, so I will take a ride around, and I'll address a lot of these daytime, because it sounds like this is a lot of daytime activity that's going on, a lot of businesses. But I will definitely I will go to these locations, and then what I'll do is I have your information, Barbara. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know, and then I can let the full board know also what I end up finding out.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
So Maggie, we're still waiting for you.
Yes, I just have a question. This one is for Ralph. I want to know, when restaurants come into our neighborhood, do they gotta come to the board, or they just go open up a restaurant?
They gotta come to us. They come take a life.
Only if they're not if they're not applying for a liquor license, do they have to come to the board?
Okay, and another question is those flower shops that are opening up in all these front of these bodegas, is that legal, or that's part of the bodega, or how that goes?
Maggie, let me say something. Listen. Before you go any further, the flower shops are opening up. Also, because they're being leased space on the street from the grocery stores. If you know, there are a lot of grocery stores.
Yeah, so that's my question. Is that legal, or that they could just open up everywhere? Because remember, they were trying to open one in front of one of the businesses in Southern Boulevard.
Well, maybe you need to talk to the owners of the grocery stores that's charging these people, these flower shops, putting them on our street, blocking our path so we can't go by. Are they legally allowed to do that?
Because
They're
there's
not gonna
one in
tell
front
me
of the
that.
Citibank too.
That goes by what I mean. You speaking in general terms. I don't know the answer, but I think you got to be more specific because I know they're only allowed up to 18 inches, and that's on commercial storefronts. I don't know about bodegas. I don't know. That will have to fall under consumer affairs, and I can add. I can maybe try to follow up with that like in my DSC meeting, but I really don't know the answer to that. Especially you got to be more specific.
You know what's happening, Ralph, right now with the pandemic and everything was happening there. I think they allow a lot of people because they wasn't working, illegal people out there selling on the sidewalks, and the city just letting people do whatever they could do to survive, you know. But it's when they take it overboard, like they want to own the whole sidewalk. Now we got to do something about it.
Could be more specific, but I can find out in general terms what's allowed.
Yeah, I think
Thank you.
once the COVID restrictions have been lifted, there will be a lot of changes. Because some of the things that people have been allowed to do now, I think they may not, though once people develop a habit or business strategy, it's always difficult. But I think there will be a lot of cleanup after the COVID restrictions. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what will happen in the next 3 months. Mr. Raf, can we just run through the agenda, please?
Yeah, it's just old business, new business. We heard a lot of new business. We heard a lot of old business. I don't know if people have announcements.
Okay. On the announcement, or maybe old business, I know we did discuss the last time about looking into the possibility of having a meeting with the elected officials to talk about all these wine and liquor stores that are just popping up everywhere. I had raised the issue also with the South Bronx Forward, or is it Forward South Bronx? The
For South Bronx.
Yeah, for South Bronx, yes. So I attended their meeting, I believe 2 weeks ago, and I raised the issue. And I think it might be a subject that they would be interested in working on if they're able to find some funding. So I will be following up with them to see if we could partner with them to figure out how to bring some maximum pressure on the elected officials.
On 27.
I know the chairman was trying to do something with that also, Reverend John, but
Okay.
I don't have no new information regarding that.
Okay.
I have an
All right.
announcement.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ralph, I have an announcement. Just remind everybody that we're back on board with our back to school activity. We're gonna try to do an event this year on August the 3rd, Saturday of August. This is gonna be our first meeting. It's gonna be the same day we do the youth service meeting, which will be May 19th. The youth service is from 6 to approximately 7:30, but we're gonna do the back to school meeting at 5 o'clock that same day, which is a Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. We look for everybody to show up, give their ideas, their opinions, suggestions, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Well, in the absence of any other announcement, I just want to encourage everyone, if you have not yet been vaccinated, please go get it done. Encourage your family members, encourage your friends. The vaccination rate in our community is still very low, and we need to encourage one another to get vaccinated so that we can get ready for the reopening of the city and the state. Without any other item, Barbara, can you move a motion for us to adjourn?
Move the motion to call it good night, gentlemen and ladies.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you, everyone. Good
Thank
night.
you.
God bless
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Thank you.